Hello all history hunters. Video will be a bit different. I've had the idea of doing this. Was it the other side of metal detecting, or at least for me, is there's a detecting club once a month, first Tuesday in the month, and you go along, chat with people. Sometimes they have people who have a talk. Sometimes they do group digs, but I don't go on very many of those. I tend to stick to my own permissions. I don't like fighting in a field with 20 other people, but yeah, if you don't have your own permissions and if you enjoy it, then fine. But they have a detectorist of the year, and like prizes for coin of the they have prizes for find of the month, and it's in 4 categories. So first category is coin pre 1662, so before 1662, basically when hammered coins were around. Coins post 1662, so after that date. Then there's 2 categories for artifacts. There's Artefacts Pre 1500 and Artefacts Post after 1500. So I've got a few things to take along this month, so let's have a little look about what I'll be putting in the categories. So let's have a look. Right, so I'm not fully decided yet, but I don't have much in the coins pre 1662. The only thing that I've got that could go in is that Roman Grot, that Roman coin. So I might enter that. I'll see how I feel. Coins post 1662. I've got a bullhead, 1816, silver sixpence, George III. Could enter. I think I'll enter the bullhead. Could enter that Queen Victoria, silver threepence, 1891. Could do that. But something a little bit different is got 4 from the same area. 4 Charles II coins, and I don't get many Charles II coins at all. In fact, I've only had a couple of others. So I found that first. That's a silver shilling. I actually entered that on a previous month, but I might just put it as background. That's a wind's blowing it away. That's Scottish bawbee, Scottish sixpence. That's Charles II Irish halfpence. So I didn't realise what that was. I thought it was a Hibernian, maybe George III, but once cleaned, it's a Charles II. Never seen one of them before. Irish halfpence. Oops. And that doesn't look much, but you can just make it out, and I've checked it in the size against it and type of coin. You can just begin to see the Carl for Charles on the edge, and that's an English Charles II halfpence. Maybe I'll buy one of those cleaning pencils and get the rest of that off and see what's left. So 4 Charles II. So rather than entering them separate, I might put them in together, see if they'll accept that. So that's in the coins post 1662. What else have I got for that category? Oops. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out. I've never seen one of them before. That's the George III copper half crown, 1820. Again, I don't know if one of them composite pencils will help clean that up. get some of that verdigris off. But yeah, not seen one of them before, so I think I'll enter that because no one will have seen that. What else have I got? Oops. Keep still. That's a William of Orange halfpence. Might enter that. Think about it. That's for the Americans. That's an Indian head 1 cent. 18 something or other. But what I could enter in the coins, it's a very good condition. George III halfpence. I think I'll enter that. That is good condition. Right, so that's the coins. Right, artifacts. So Artefacts Pre 1500. I'm going to enter that. That's a Roman makeup tool. You might have seen the video to that being found. And what else was there? Oh yeah, incredible find. The crossbow bolt tip in animal bone. So I think that'll be pre 1500. Look at that, that's amazing. That bit of a unique find. So I've got those two to enter for that. Artefacts Post 1500. Well, there's a few to choose from. I think I'll enter that key. I think that's a 1700s bronze key. I've not done the video to that yet. And that's a beautiful key, that. Not found anything like that. And in really good condition as well. I love that. What else is there? Oh yeah, was it time to put the cat badge in here? I'll show that. That's a Sunday school medallion from 1880. Yeah. So that is Robert Raikes, who was the founder of Sunday schools, and it's the festival to commemorate 100 years since they started setting them up in 1880. Mentions it on the back, so I think I'll enter that. I probably won't enter this medallion or badge. I think there's a little snapped off the top for the Jubilee for Queen Victoria. So the top it says born 1818, crowned, is it 1837, married 1840, and the Jubilee, is it 1887 or something? So yeah, I might not enter that. Oops. Yeah, and then I've got that. I think I've been told that that's probably a furniture mount from 1600s, that face, and this wasn't far from it, so I don't know if that belongs with it. And if I just find it, and that as well. So that wasn't far away. So oops, I don't know if that belongs with it. I'll get that checked out. So I've got those, and oh, hang on, yeah, I do have that cat badge. Now, it's not very ancient, but it's in such good condition apart from the missing gem thing and the pin at the back, but that's in pretty good condition, so I might put that in. So, and then there's a few other little things to get checked out, silver sixpences and stuff, but so hang on. So that's the choices for the competition for this month. So I've had quite a bit. No nice hammered silver coins this month, but you can only put in what you find, can't you? So I'll let you know how I get on. I forgot. As there's you know, lots of kind of experienced detectorists there who've been doing it for some 30-40 years. I like to take along you know, just the bits and bobs that I find, just in case anything pops out as interesting that I don't know about. That Scottish bawbee, someone told me about that. So here's the kind of, well, not exactly mystery tin, but you know, just to have some of the other people there have a little look through and see what they make of this stuff, junk or not. So let's have a look. It's quite, I don't normally have this much, but quite a bit for people, you know, a few people to have a little rummage through. I've not put the video up that's got that in yet. I think that's going to be medieval pottery. Get that checked out. But I've got bits of pottery that I've found, just for in case anybody spies something. You know, maybe Roman or whatever. Who knows? So yeah, a bit of pottery to check out. Got a few, you know, other keys, nowhere near as good as that other one. What a shame you can't date those and get the history behind those, but there's plenty of rings this month there, some looking older than others, different sizes, bit of a buckle. Yeah, not put the video up that shows that yet. That was near the edge of a farm wall, so someone's perhaps ditched it, maybe after robbing it, who knows. But I couldn't find any coins, so that looks like a purse, doesn't it? And the outside's rotted away. Half crowns, 2 of those were found together, so 3 of those strangely this month. Background for a key, bit of bronze, don't know what that is. Yeah, a bit of interesting pottery. I like that thimble. Do not know what those things are, I don't think they're ancient. But, oops, stuff like that's probably nothing, but you never know. Sometimes someone just goes, oh, you know, that's a Roman breastplate or whatever. So who knows, it's good to get people to check stuff out. Lovely little marble. Bit of a grotty watch. I think that's off a car. Spindle wall. I don't know what that's off, maybe a pair of scissors. 3 copper love tokens. To put those in. Again, you just never know. Sometimes some of these things, I think that's what they used to call a gas marble. Thought it was lead, but no, that's another eyes only find. I like that bullet. You just don't know what these things can sometimes turn out to be. Well, that was a nice little weight. A half-cut copper. So, oh yeah, that's interesting. I just thought that was a piece of rubbish, but yeah, it's a hand there, obviously, isn't it? No idea what that lead is with that hole in there. Yeah, just these little things. I'll never quite know. Whoops. So, you know, it almost looks like the bottom of a bell. It probably isn't. It's got some kind of screw thing there. Buttons. Yeah, so there's plenty for people to have a little rummage through. See, it's things like this. Yeah, so, well, yeah, that does look old, that. Yeah. But yeah, it's things like this. These things, you know, that could turn out to be something. Some you might never know. You know, stuff like that. That looks old. One of these experienced people might, you know, might know what, if any of these are of oh yeah, that's Saxon, oh yeah, that's Viking, Roman. Oh, no, bit of trash. Okay. So, I'll let you know how we get on. See if anything comes out of that lot. Good luck out there. Well, is it back after the night before? What an interesting night that was. So at the detecting club, had a couple of second and perhaps third places in some of the votes. There's some good stuff there. laughing because a good friend of mine there. There was 3 in a category. So the Roman makeup item, the medieval crossbow bolt stuck in bone, and he'd put in a palm guard, which is basically like a blob of lead, and he won. So, yeah, no accounting for what people vote on, but I took along some of the stuff that I've kind of, just wondering what it was, and some interesting stuff. So I'm going to have to be I'll tell you why when I show you. Just hang on. Right, okay, so yeah, so this was some of the stuff, and asking, that could be the back of a buckle. Where are we? Yeah, that could be a very old inside bit for a knife, maybe even all the way back for Roman times, so the blade would come this way and that would be the bit that would go into the handle of a knife. So something like that, you just kind of think, oh, just get it checked out. There's so much stuff going on. Yeah, that needs a bit more further investigation. That probably is a poor condition medieval matrix. Whoops. They thought that could be the end of a spoon, 1600s. Yeah. Oh, that key was interesting. Quite like that. You can still see the light file marks, how it was made. So, yeah. I think that needs further investigation. 1600s or earlier. Yeah, you can see the file marks. Right, now this is the thing. I remember finding this covered in mud, and thinking, oh, is it nothing? And the flow immediately thought this could be Celtic, and the guy, the experienced guy, he thought it could be Celtic, maybe Roman, but they thought it could be Celtic, so snapped off. So, I've got to now try and look back through my stuff to find exactly where I found it. I think I know. So what I'm going to do is, at the end of each session, I'm going to make sure that there's I film everything together as a roundup, and then it's going to be easier to track stuff down. But, so yeah. So I'm now going to have to be on the lookout for things that colour. Right. So into the stuff. Yeah, that's probably medieval, they said. So you're looking for little bubbles like that. So that helps open up a sight. I had Elizabeth I 3p coin. But that's the only other medieval thing that I've found there. But that makes it a bit more of interest. But yeah, so it's stuff like that. Could be something, but how do you know? Right, but here is the issue. So I mean, things like that, they're a spindle wall. Might be difficult to date, but they're a spindle wall. Musket ball. It's different bits of pottery, some older than others. Yeah, just before I go on to something that you've probably not thought could be something. Right, so apparently these are barrel taps. So the barrel taps. So one guy there who knows his history long experienced detectorists reckon that the farmer had come on the field to pay the workers, the wife would bring across the ploughman's lunch for him, and the farmer would stroll across to the beer barrel and he'd open up the beer barrel to, you know, because it'd be locked, save them pinching it, and they'd be allowed a pint each because it was strong. So yeah, and obviously individual key designs so that you know, so they'd be individual. I think there's another end of one somewhere in here, a third one here. So again, another slightly different design. That's got a bit at the top compared to, you know, that's even curved. So yeah, all individual designs to unlock the beer barrel to let them have the pint. So he was laughing, thinking, I wonder if they lost this before they had the beer or after, and did they have to break open the barrel? Right, now something that you might not have had your eye on. I had this. It's just a little piece of copper, isn't it? And I just put it in thinking, well, you know, it's just a tiny question. And experienced detectorists took one look at it. Let's have a look. How about this? What he reckons it is. He reckons it's a cheek guard for a helmet. A cheek guard off a helmet. Piece of, you know, I'll have to get it to the floor and all the rest of it, but probably 1700s, maybe slightly earlier, but you know, what you're supposed to do if stuff like that makes you scared to throw anything away, doesn't it? A cheek guard to a helmet. So at the end of every hunt, I'm going to try and make sure that there's a roundup, so little bits of things. If someone goes, well, hang on a minute, that's Iron Age, it'd be easier to kind of go, right, okay, yeah. So right, on to the next. Good luck out there.